Yeah, good morning. Uh, Yesterday we saw that the US market marginally down, and today morning it's up by marginally. There is a tug of war between good results which are coming in the US market. Almost 80-85% of the S&P 500 companies which has declared results up till now has reported results ahead of expectation. And on the other side, the COVID cases are now increasing uh, from around 10 to 15,000 cases per day average around the 2 week back. Now the cases average are coming at around 70,000 per day. So that is creating some fear about some restrictions which may be coming in the future. Apart from that, the Asian markets are again seeing some downtick. If you see Hong Kong, that is again down mainly because of the continuation of tax stock coming down. This time it is on the online entertainment companies which are down today. Uh, that is Tencent is the largest company in that entertainment online gaming, and that is down over 10% today. Fear about that the China may come up with some regulations on these companies. So Asian market are giving some negative signals. In the commodity also, if you see the oil, which was there at around 75 plus yesterday in the morning, came down to over below 73. Now it's at around 72.8. Apart from that, aluminum is also down by around 0.8% and copper is down by around 0.9%. And steel is down again by 4%. Yesterday also it was down by around 5% and this is further down by around 4% in China. So metal also creating some negative impact. Iron ore is plus, it has come down few days back. Uh, in the last week it came down, but yesterday and today it is taking some support and it's today up by around 2.4%. So overall signal are more of a mix, and from the Asian it is more of a negative signals which are coming. So now I request technical team to take up first.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good morning, all of you. See, yesterday we see some positive momentum in market, and Nifty managed to close above 15,870. But Nifty next important resistance for 15,940. 15,870 to 15,940 is a strong resistance zone for index. If Nifty close above this level, then we expect further momentum above the 16,000 level. Again, if Nifty trade below this range, then we expect sideways movement, maybe see some profit booking. But Nifty trading within the range only, downside 15,800, 15,730 is a support zone for Nifty. So we can see the level if Nifty trading this upper side resistance level, we can see some profit booking. If Nifty close above 15,940 in a closing basis, then we expect the positive momentum, maybe see some positive towards 16,200, 16,100 level. But Nifty failed the 15,940 level, then we expect sideways momentum coming 1 to 2 trading session. Bank Nifty also trading below the important support resistance level. Upside intraday resistance is 34,970. If Bank Nifty break that level, then we expect further momentum towards 35,100, 300. Support place at Bank Nifty is 34,300 to 34,500 at downside. So we can expect flattish momentum in Bank Nifty. We yesterday see PSU Bank see some momentum. So we expect today if SBI break the upside level, then we expect positive momentum in SBI. And an upside SBI have a second resistance level. That is 442. If SBI break 442 level, then we expect positive momentum in SBI and PSU other banks. Nifty Finance also trading near the resistance levels. 16,700 is a first support zone. 16,840 is a 840 is a next 820 is a next resistance for Nifty Finance. In stock specific, yesterday we see some positive momentum in the end of the day is IT. Wipro also trading important. If Wipro also break important resistance that is 590 and close above that important resistance, we expect positive momentum in Wipro. Next target is 604, 610 in upside. Support place at 584. So you can keep watch Wipro for today's session. That's it for technical. Derivative guy can carry.
Yeah, thank you, Vikas. Good morning, everyone. So, as per yesterday's derivative data, we have seen that from 15,700 to 15,900 mark, we are seeing that the put writer positions are getting added up and in a good places. So, currently, we are expecting market has holded a good position in yesterday's trading session. On the higher end, we are seeing that the 16,000 and 15,950 is the immediate resistance for the market, which we are seeing continuously from last 2 months. In yesterday's trading session, we have seen that the FIs were net sellers and which was around 15,540 crores. But against that, we are seeing DII against the buyer against the FII. So currently, as I said in the monthly report also that FIs are net outflow sellers in the July series, but against that DII against the buyer in front of FIs, so the same place is same things are taking place. So currently the market is holding the momentum on the low. As per the global scenario, we are seeing some selling pressure in today's trading session, but we are expecting from 15,800 support. We expect the market to gain momentum again in the market and hold for the and watch for the level of 15,950. Once Nifty manages to break 15,950 level, then we expect the 16,000 level to get broken, and the high end 16,050 to 16,100 would be the immediate target for next 2 to 3 trading sessions. So currently hold your long positions with the support of 15,800 level. On the stock specific, we expect 2 to 3 stocks which looks positive for the next 1 to 2 trading session. First one is Infosys, second one is PFC, and third one is Deepak Nitrite. So keep watch on these three counters. Thank you.
Good morning. HDFC result was above expectations. Collection efficiency has in fact reached above the March month number. It was at 98.3% against 98% in March, which is a good sign. Disbursements are also witnessing a strong revival, especially in the month of July. So we remain positive on the stock. RBL Bank result was below expectation. This is the third quarter in a row that it has posted a slippage ratio of 9%. And we are likely to see that the next quarter also this will be the case. So, but maybe in second half it might come start declining. But major slippages this quarter were from unsecured retail portfolio, mainly microfinance and credit cards. So we would suggest to avoid the stock. Varun Beverages result was above expectations, mainly because of higher revenue. Company's balance sheet has also strengthened. Debt has reduced from 3,000 crores to 2,500 crores over last 6 months, which should lower interest outgo going forward, and that's why PAT growth will be much higher than the top line growth. One has to be cognizant of the third wave. If that comes, then company is again likely to get impacted. But overall, we are positive. Vatek Wabag has won an EPC order of 1,230 crores. This was announced after the market. This order is from Russia in the oil and gas space. So Wabag will be providing technology and will act as a system integrator for wastewater treatment unit. So this should have a positive effect on the stock. That's it from my side.
Good morning, everyone. Yesterday, Imami Limited announced the results, and results were above expectations. Sales grew by 37% YOY, and margins also came at above expectation at 25.7 versus 24%. The stock is trading 36 times, which is a little cheaper than the other FMCG companies. Balaji Amines announced the results, and results have improved for the quarter, and we have seen that the stock has been going very strong. Both Alkyl and Balaji Amines have been going very strong, these two stocks. So we believe with these results, we expect the outperformance to continue. However, the stock is now trading 39 times FY22, which is now getting on the higher side of the valuation. Thank you.
Yeah, few more stocks. CG Power came up with the numbers, and numbers were quite strong. Though revenue in Q1 declined by 6% quarter on quarter, though year on year it was substantially higher. Q4 is generally a strong quarter, and Q1 we saw COVID impact as well. So even that revenue just declined by 6% from fourth quarter to first quarter, but EBITDA increased very sharply by around 56% quarter on quarter to 107, and margin also improved from last quarter of around 6.1% to 10.2%, and order book has also increased by over 30%. So all round result is good, and we may be seeing the outlook also in this company as positive, no doubt. Post takeover of by the uh, Coromandel Group, the stock has moved up a lot from a low of around 10-12 rupees. Now it is at around 80 rupees, but still outlook continue to remain positive. Apart from that, Sri Renuka Sugar announced the result, and result was not good. Its decline sales uh, sales has come lower, and fixed costs remain very high, resulting into a EBITDA loss of around 56 crores. In last 5 quarters, first time company has reported a EBITDA loss. Q on Q, EBITDA loss of itna, whereas the last quarter the EBITDA profit was around 248 crore, and last year it was at around 117 crore. So stock will see some negative impact because of that. And Orient Cement came up with the number, and this number was comparatively good. Like all other cement companies, Orient Cement also saw a good result. Now, result for fifth, the Birla Corp has result on fifth, and result is likely to show improvement. Uh, Here, the expectation of EBITDA per ton improvement of around 100 rupees quarter on quarter, whereas the expectation for other companies were at flattish, but here the expectation itself is higher, and also most of the company has reported ahead of expectations number, so quite possible Birla Corp also can report good numbers. There are sanitary ware result is likely to show declining trend because of the lockdown. Q on Q, we may see Q on Q, we may see decline of around 30-35% in sales and EBITDA. Supply is likely to report number. Result is likely to show improvement. Both margins is likely to expand quarter on quarter, and even revenue is also likely to increase by around 10% quarter on quarter and 17% year on. Then exports is likely to report number, and the numbers are likely to be more of a declining quarter on quarter, but year on year it will be marginally above. So overall result will be okay. Then Gujarat case is likely to report improving number. Q on Q numbers are likely to uh, remain flat, but year on year there will be a substantial improvement as compared to last year. Honeywell Automotive is likely to report improved numbers. Margins are likely to remain stable quarter on quarter, but the revenue is likely to show good improvement both year on year and quarter on quarter. Ipca Laboratory is likely to report numbers, and the numbers are likely to show improvement. Last year, first quarter was having some exceptional gain of hydrochloroquine. That's why not comparable, and company had a very good profit in that particular quarter. But if we take on a normalized basis, the result is showing improvement. At least in on the basis of if we compare it with the fourth quarter. So quarter on quarter revenue is likely to up by around 24% and margin is likely to expand by around 500 basis points. NCC is likely to report numbers. Here the numbers are likely to show improvement apparently year on year, but quarter on quarter being first quarter as compared to fourth quarter will decline. But if we compare it with last year, that is June 19, the company is still sort of whatever revenue it has generally reporting in Q1 by around 16%, and EBITDA is likely to be more of a stable as compared to the pre-COVID level. So result is likely to be okay. Then Tata Chemical is likely to report numbers, and the numbers are likely to show improvement. Generally, Q on Q is the key indicator for commodity company, and quarter on quarter revenue is likely to increase by around 7%, and margin is likely to expand from 11% to over 16%. The result is likely to be good. Last quarter, company had some negative impact of some one-off. That's why the margin came off sharply. General margin is at around 14-15%, and company is expected to report margin of around 16%. Andhra Petro is likely to report numbers. The key finished product that is ethyloxylene prices has continuously moved up in last quarter, and that's why the expectation is that the company will report very good numbers. Then Bajaj Consumer is there, likely to report number, and revenue is likely to increase by 17% year on year, but decline by around 6% quarter on quarter, mainly because of lockdown. And margins are expected to be better than last quarter in this quarter. Company has faced a lot of cost pressure in this quarter. As such, gross margin are likely to decline, but because of the control on the fixed cost, EBITDA margin is likely to improve quarter on quarter. Then GAIL is likely to report numbers. Here the numbers are likely to improve quarter on quarter. Revenue is likely to improve by quarter on quarter, and margins are likely to remain more of a stable quarter on quarter. So that's all from us. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.